Do you know that with just 500 naira, I mean 500 naira, you can actually deal with Parvo. Welcome once more to the Skills K9, and like I promised you, I will giving you tips on how to cure Parvo. Do you know that with just 500 naira, I mean 500 naira, you can actually deal with Parvo without spending the 30, 40, 50 to 80,000 naira you spend on your Parvo dogs, and at the end they are liable to die. Like I said, Parvo, when affected your dog for more than 3 or 4 days, it is a 50-50 chance. But we have many things that can help us cure this or prevent this from happening for your dogs. Now, these are the few tips you need. Remember, with just 500 naira or below, you can actually prevent this disease. Before I continue, if this is your first time for joining the Skills K9, please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and turn on your notification bell for more tips on how to have a healthy dog. Okay, now back to it. What are those few things that you need to chase away Parvo or cure Parvo? Yes, we know Parvo is a very dangerous disease and it cannot be dictated as one thing. But one thing you need to know is that Parvo is an infection that affects your dog's intestine. One of the major signs you find when your dog is having the disease is weakness. I don't want to speak the bigger grammar they use on the internet or anything, but weakness. Now your dog becomes inactive. He or she don't move as normal. He doesn't want to play, doesn't want to relate to other dogs as it's usual. He doesn't want to respond to your calls as usual. He wants to be alone. Now this is the first sign. Then the second most important sign you need to note is loss of appetite. Your dogs definitely don't want to eat again. Both his favorite food, he doesn't find it fancy anymore. You give him so many other foods and he might just be very picky. He might eat a little and not eat again. Now these are the two major signs, including water, because they run away from water. Now these are the signs you need to know that your dog is being affected with Parvo. Now back to it. I remember saying with just 500 naira or below. I know you'll be wondering, how can just 500 naira or below cure this dangerous disease in our dogs? Now this is the most important drugs you need. I'll call it in the name that is popularly known by everybody. Have you heard about Flagyl? Flagyl. This is Flagyl. Now when you go to a chemist, this Flagyl is cost just 100 naira per sachet, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 in a sachet, and it is cost 100 naira. Now with Flagyl, which is what we normally use to cure any kind of running stomach or things that affect our tummy, is one of the most important drugs to chase away Parvo from a dog from the early stage when it attacks your dogs. Start administering this from the day 1, and it can only last for 5 days. When it exceeds 5 days and your dog did not survive, it is only 50-50 chance that it will survive. We'll give you other tips on how to make them. Aside from taking these drugs, remember they have loss of appetite and they might not be able to eat even if you are giving them those drugs. There is another simple drug that can actually help you to make them gain more appetite in eating, which is something we buy for our kids when they are coughing. Are you also surprised that human drugs can actually help in curing your penile to your dogs too? Okay, the next one we are introducing to you is Cypri Gold. Are you also surprised that Cypri Gold can cure or help your dogs to have appetite? Remember, it is mainly recommended by your vets or depending on your dog's situation, but this drug can also do wonder in helping them gain more appetite in eating. So just imagine this can cost maybe 200, 300 or 500 in a chemist store. You don't need to stress yourself looking for a vet or a pet store when this disease first attacks, because your vet might not be close to you. A lot of people spend 500, 50,000, 30,000, 80,000 in just this particular disease, and at the end they lose their dog. I know Parvo is a 50-50 chance, but you can actually prevent it. Now there are also many ways, there are a few tips you also need to know that will help you prevent these from attacking your dog. First, you have to give your dog the most important 3 vaccines they need as a puppy. From the age of 6 weeks to 3 months, they must have taken the first 3 shots. That will help prevent Parvo. But even after that, it does not guarantee that parvo might not affect your dog, or sometimes they might contact it from the feces of another dog that has the same parvo. Now, for you to prevent or eradicate them, you need to be giving them, after your deworm, which is necessarily every month, you need to be giving them this flagyl or ampicillin at least every month, 3 to 5 days. It helps to prevent this disease from occurring or affecting their system. Are you just surprised that with 500 naira or below, you can fight against this dangerous disease called parvo? Now, if you're just joining us for the first time, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and turn on your notification bell, because more tips on how to have a healthy dog at home is coming your way. So keep on following this channel on the Skills TV and the Skills Canine. Remain blessed and continue.